Alright guys, time to give our easel a bit of a test. So I'm going to paint a little painting and try this out. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put our backdrop. Now I can't really do that on this easel because of the way that I do my backwash, but we'll start with that. So what we're going to do is come in here and kind of lay in our backdrop, which is going to be this blue. We're going to take it about halfway down. So this is summer sky blue, and I'm going to right about there. Now we'll go ahead and put the paintbrush back in here to keep it clean, to keep it wet and keep it going while I go ahead and do this part. So we're going to come in here. It don't matter if you get it beyond where its point is because, well, reasons. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go in here and grab this Acapulco blue. Now, we're going to have to be really cautious with it because the way that it's set up, I've got to make something look like water. And that's always a tricky business. So, clean our brush off. Actually, I think this is Calypso Sky. Okay, we can go with that. Don't want to go across the grain, but I do need to get now. I was going to try something, but I think I'll think better of it. Alright, so what we're going to do now is come over here on this side, and we're just going to, apparently I'm shedding like a Sharpay this morning. I'll have to probably come in and edge this a little bit anyway. Now, we come in now with deep ocean blue, and that's going to be in the foreground, so we're kind of getting darker as we come closer to the viewer. So go ahead and get my ocean blue out. Now, hopefully when I'm done we'll be painting an island. I'm not real sure how that's going to turn out, but we're going to try it anyway.
Hi guys.
Alright, that's just Kid Mad. I'm just trying to...
Oh wow, you're doing good.
We're just starting. Now, I do got to go back up here with a little of this Calypso Sky and kind of even this up a little bit. I'll show you how we're going to do that. Oh, and the Peanut's back and she says hi. Alright, we're going to lay this piece of wood this piece of cardboard right here. And now we're going to come up here and do that.
We don't want to make it too blue.
No, it's not a matter of that. It's a matter that I don't want to have... I don't want it being all jagged up right there. So if I cover it right there as I'm wiping this down a little bit, we can avoid having a whole lot of extra stuff.
True.
See, now that's pretty clean.
Perfect.
Well, not perfect, but close enough. Alright guys, we'll be back in a minute and I'll have to put this thing up on the easel and we can start painting our island. Alright guys, we are back. I'm going to start with my little pinpoint brush. Maybe. We'll have to figure this out. Alright, I think I actually won't start with the pinpoint. I actually need one brush a tad bigger. So I'm looking for my, the blade brush. That should do it. Now we're going to be, like I said, since we're going from the lighter colors down, we're going to start with the island upward. Because that way we kind of get the sun coming off on the islands on the up above here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this right here. This is burnt umber. So what we're going to do is kind of lay in the island. Just kind of lay in the island. Maybe make a little bit of an outcrop right in there. And that would be a gazoon height from our peanut. Now, to kind of keep this in balance, I'm going to have to go and get, I'm going to lay one more color in, and then I'm going to have to go get some glue. Or not glue, but blue. Alright.
Blue color.
Yeah. So we're going to lay in a little bit of vegetation here now. So, just a few little bits, and I'm not going to put it all in because I'm going to try to give a little bit of variance to it, but just mostly that right there. Now, so far so good. We're going to rinse off our thingy here. Now we're going to go to the pinpoint brush. And for this, we're going to go with a little burnt sienna. Which is a color I just now picked up yesterday. So I've got to see if I can color this in.
Then we'll grab the broom.
This brush is going to be way too thick for this, I suspect. Now we'll try it and see. I'm going to have to be very gentle. As you can hear the commotion in the background, the peanut and kid Matt are tearing the house down piece by piece.
I'm not tearing it down, I'm trying to clean it.
Alright. Well, definitely sounds like construction going on from this side. Got a little bit of a snag coming off this brush and putting a double image on here. No, we don't need that.
I'm watching the house being cleaned by Martha. No, I cannot.
I'll put a few little trees right here. And we are going to try to put maybe a hint of a mountain or something up there. I don't know. Right now it's just kind of flat, and we need a little bit of maybe some rock facing or something, so we'll go back to the burnt umber. And I'll probably have to touch up on this side.
And if you're a mother watching this, Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, Happy Mother's Day. Put some ragged cliffs coming up on this side of the island. I'll probably have to go back over it, so right now we're just kind of laying in the basic shape of this island.
Don't forget to put some in here.
Shh. So, I'll try this out. I may be in over my depths on this one, I don't know. Maybe a sheer cliff right there.
I see a little bit. I want to do.
Now, we're going to put this away for right
You
now.
need a paint rag?
No, I got one right here. Alright.
So I found
Going with a little burnt sienna on top, up here on this top part of it, to kind of lighten up the thing.
Trying to clean.
Yeah. See, I'm not used to working with an easel, so this is kind of unusual for me. And I don't like it one branch, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to turn it into something else. Maybe a craggy looking cliff right there. Maybe another cliff face. And I'll have to go in with a little burnt umber at the base anyway. There we go. So it's going to be an odd looking little island when we're done. Now, let's go ahead and go back to our burnt umber for a minute. Then we'll have to figure out how we're going to do the reflection on the waters.
Go, got this area all clean.
I'm not Mike from Artistic Impressions, so my work's not quite as crisp and clean. I'm not saying I'm bad. I'm just saying that he's
better.
Yeah, he's kind of got this. Now, I could probably maybe even get away with putting something like a volcano in there, but right now we're going to go ahead and touch back over some of this lower area with the stuff, and maybe work a little bit on doing a kind of a hint of some vegetation and stuff down here on the shoreline. Now, we're going to go ahead and first thing we're going to do is put us a nice little reflection coming down the middle of the waters. So for that, we're going to go back to our sky blue here, and we're going to put that kind of make it all ripply looking, and then we'll have to come in with some darker blue, and we'll probably bring some navy blue into this as we're doing it.
I think that's...
Don't want it being too blocky, but something like that. Now, I'm going to see if we can use some of the dark blue we've got to kind of work on some reflection, because it's more or less a shadow of the waters here. Then we'll figure out what we're going to do about the reflection of the island itself on the water. I made it a darker shade of blue. All right, but before I go grab the rest of the colors, I will paint back over the surface. I've got a little bit of a break over here on this water, and I don't like that, so we're going to fix it, because this is supposed to be a very tranquil scene.
This is so fun cleaning.
There we go. So I'll tell you what, we'll be back in a minute. I got to grab some colors. Guys, we're back, and now then we can start working on this. I grabbed a little Tuscan teal to help do this with. I also grabbed some navy blue. I've got some... what other colors did I grab? I had holly branch already, so I didn't grab the right color of green, so we'll come back to that here in a minute. I grabbed a little bit of khaki. We're going to use that up on top to kind of show the sunlight highlighting on the rocks. And maybe do a little bit of shading and kind of give this thing a little depth. So we're going to come up here. Okay, don't shake everything up, guys. Alright, now kind of just put a few little hints of little rocky crags coming down. They don't have to be just overt. You just kind of want a hint that they're there.
Help, Martha. I'm trying to get the kitchen chair in.
Now.
Yeah, and move.
We're going to go now, and I'm going to put a little bit of vegetation up on top, and for that we've got lime sherbet. So we're going to put a little hint of vegetation. Maybe a little bit too light.
I know what it is. The kitchen chest.
Now, maybe just a little bit of vegetation right in here.
Hush.
Shh.
I know.
Alright. Now, that looks good thus far. Now we'll see if we can do some shading. So, let's try this. I did one once before with a whatchamacallit, with the desert scene that I did. So we're going to try this here.
I'm okay if I have to sit right there.
Okay, we're just going to kind of touch it up. We don't want to overly get too much. We're not wanting to make a solid reverse image of it here. Just kind of a hint.
Mind if I hear that now?
Just barely hint at it.
That's noisy.
Alright guys, we're back. Had to do a little bit of diplomatic stuff here with the two madlings. Now, I'm going to try, mind you. Alright guys, I don't know why, now I understand why W.C. Fields said to never work with children or animals. As apparently he knew these two. Now, I'm just trying to hint at water, but it's a little bit dicey. The water's not, but it is what it is. So I'm trying to... So I don't think that whole mountain would shine, but just kind of... Now, maybe should have used a different shade of blue, but we'll do with what we got here. Now, let's see about some Tuscan teal up here. Maybe make some flow lines on this water. Just kind of a hint at it. We don't want to go like... I'll probably come in with a little bit of light blue down here. And they're still bickering. Now, it's not too bad. And I'm kind of working here against a lot of other stuff going on too. So now we're going to come in with a little bit of this and see if I can maybe put a little body to this too. So we're going to come in with a little bit of summer sky up here, especially down in here. So we need a little highlighting, just a hint of it, just kind of a little bit of the waves capping here and there, just kind of. Okay, I'm going to have to wipe this down. See if we can get this now. Now, we'll go over the top of some of these tree lines, not all of them, with a little bit of this lime sherbet. I've only got 2 greens on here. It kind of irks me a little bit because I plumb forgot to grab the marsh green that I wanted. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm seeing. Is this island inhabited by dinosaurs? Is it inhabited by cannibals, Is there pirate treasure on it? Who knows? Just kind of a hint at tree lines here. Like some really tall palm trees hanging off this island. You can barely see them. Just a hint right there. I may go back and get my marsh green anyway. So I do believe we're going to need it. Maybe you can come in with a little bit of white. And that white's going to be used down here on this reflection towards the top of it. Just a little bit. Just to kind of, really kind of bring out the reflection. Just a little piece here. Now, as you can hear, the madlings are feeling their oats this morning. Just trying to get... There we go. Now, I'm going to have to go get the marsh green. Apparently, like I said, in all the hubbub, I forgot to grab the marsh green, which we sort of needed. So, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so far so good, and our easel is holding up nicely. This was more or less not so much to showcase my painting as it was to test this easel. So, I'd say that's working pretty well. Now let's just see if I can get some proper brush strokes on this thing. Somebody pointed out that my pine tree shouldn't have been juxtaposed quite like that. So, thank you to Michael Z. Just kind of putting in a little bit of shading so that you know there's some vegetation up here top side on this kind of a rugged outcrop. Now, okay. Now, that looks pretty decent. Now, my question is when we put some flying critters up here, are they birds or are they pterodactyls? I know that seems like a strange question. That was a little more black than I wanted. This brush is kind of fraying a little bit. There we go. I'll just leave that to you. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign this. We're almost done. Now, come down here. See, that's another reason I wanted the an easel for the wood panels themselves. It's because And you'll notice I always sign the dates in Roman numerals. Alright. I would say that is a completed painting, or at least in as much as I can get done on it. Water is particularly difficult to do, but our easel held up beautifully. So, if you like this video, and I hope you do, don't forget to like us on Pinterest, watch us on Pinterest, Patreon, and Facebook. I know I haven't been to my Pinterest account in a while. It's just been kind of pointless. I don't seem to be getting much traffic there, so what are you going to do? And I don't mind saying it, I'm honest. Anyway, follow us on Pinterest, Patreon, and Facebook. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys one and all on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, and God bless.